Prime Minister Narendra Modi cautions against selective interpretation of human rights, says it damages democracy. Centre asks states to utilize unallocated power to meet consumer needs, says DISCOM should not starve consumers and sell power. Justice Indrajit Mohanty takes over as new Chief Justice of Tripura High Court. Saptami Puja being celebrated across Northeast. COVID pandemic dampens festive spirit. And WHO recommends third dose of corona vaccine for persons with weaker immunity. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. Wish all our viewers a very happy Durga Puja. This is Manjui, and now the stories in details. In national news first, addressing the 28th National Human Rights Commission NHRC Foundation Day program in New Delhi today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi cautioned against the selective interpretation of human rights and its use to diminish the image of the country. He said that of late some people have started interpreting human rights from their own angle as per their selfish interest. Modi said the tendency to see infringement in one situation and not in a similar situation has damage human rights a great deal. He said the biggest infringement of human rights takes place when they are seen from the prism of politics and political profit and loss. The Prime Minister said this selective behavior is equally damaging for democracy too. Speaking on the occasion, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said that in 28 years of its journey, the NHRC has solved more than 20 lakh cases and has awarded more than 205 crore rupees as compensation.
एक राष्ट्र के रूप में, एक समाज के रूप में अन्याय अत्याचार का प्रतिरोध किया। एक ऐसे समय में जब पूरी दुनिया विश्व युद्ध की हिंसा में झुलस रही थी, भारत ने पूरे विश्व को अधिकार और अहिंसा का मार्ग सुझाया।
In more national news, the centre has asked states to utilize unallocated power of the Central Generating Stations CGS only to meet the power requirement of their own consumers. It has been brought to the notice of Union Ministry of Power that some states are not supplying power to their consumers and imposing load shedding. At the same time, they are also selling power in the power exchange at high price. The ministry in a statement said that as per the guidelines for allocation, 15% power from the central generating stations are kept under unallocated power, which is allocated by the central government to the needy states to meet consumer requirement. It said the responsibility to supply power to the consumers lies on the distribution companies, and they should first serve their consumers who have the right to receive 24/7 power. Moving on, Union Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports Anurag Thakur today led a cleanliness drive at and around the premises of Humayun Tomb along with volunteers in New Delhi. It was organized as part of a pan-India month-long cleanliness campaign for removing garbage, mainly plastics. The drive has been taken up to mark Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Speaking on the occasion, Thakur said the Clean India campaign aims to fulfill the dream of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. He said his ministry has set a target to collect 75 lakh kilogram waste, mainly plastic wastes, from the 1st to the 31st of this month through this initiative with the support of voluntary participation of citizens.
के जो संकल्प हम लोगों ने लिया है अक्टूबर 2019 तक देश को स्वच्छ करने का, उसका असर आप देखते हैं कि
Moving on to the notice now. In Tripura, Justice Indrajit Mohanty was sworn in today as the new Chief Justice of Tripura High Court at Raj Bhavan in Agartala. State Governor Satyadev Narayan Arya administered the oath of office to Justice Mohanty. Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb, his cabinet colleagues, Union Minister of States for Social Justice and Empowerment Pratima Bhaumik, and senior advocates were also present on the occasion. It may be mentioned that Justice Indrajit Mohanty was the judge of the Rajasthan High Court before his appointment as the Chief Justice of the Tripura High Court. Today is Saptami Puja. The festival is being celebrated in the northeast in a low-key manner. In Assam, it got underway in Guwahati since the usual fanfare, with all the major puja committees keeping the celebration low-key due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The crowd was thinner at most of the major puja pandals in the city, which used to attract hundreds of visitors in the pre-pandemic period. The Assam government guidelines to allow only rituals to be performed have subdued the puja spirit. The usual excitement is missing among the people. Moreover, due to a steep rise in the prices of essential commodities, the general public are facing a harrowing time. In Arunachal Pradesh, Durga Puja is being celebrated in Itanagar, Pasighat and other parts of the state. The puja organizers say they are strictly adhering to COVID-19 guidelines while celebrating the festival.
आप सभी को नमस्कार। आज हम लोग सबके लिए एक हैप्पी ओकेजन है जो हम सदियों से हम सेलिब्रेट करते आ रहे हैं, दुर्गा पूजा। और जिस स्थान में हम अभी है ये पासीघाट का बालाजी मंदिर का है जो 1950 आर्टक्वेक के बाद बना हुआ है, जो अभी हमारा जो बालाजी मंदिर का नाम सब पासीघाट जाना जाता है। तो मेरा तरफ से, मेरा पासीघाट का सिटीजन का तरफ से आप सभी को हैप्पी दुर्गा पूजा।
In Assam, Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, who is on a 2-day visit to Kachar district, today visited NIT Silchar. He inaugurated Shubhankar Memorial Garden and Bakul Bithi or Outer Ring Road in presence of MLAs Dipayan Chakraborty, Kaushik Roy and NIT Director Shivaji Bangopadhyay. Earlier in the day, Dr. Sharma offered his obeisance at Kachakandi temple in Udarband and later visited different Durga Puja pandals in Silchar. More than 95 crore 89 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Union Health Ministry has said that over 65 lakh 86,000 doses were administered on Monday. India reported more than 14,000 new cases during the last 24 hours and it is the lowest in 224 days. India's active caseload stands at 2,14,900 and it is the lowest in 212 days. Active cases account for less than 1% of total cases and it is currently at 0.36%, the lowest since March last year. The ministry said the recovery rate is currently at 98.04%, highest since March last year. The death toll due to the pandemic has reached 4,50,963. In the last 24 hours, 181 deaths were reported. In COVID update in the northeast, Arunachal Pradesh has reported a caseload of 232 active cases, followed by 54,412 cured cases. The tally for the dead is 280. Reporting 2,647 active cases, Assam has a caseload of 5,95,314 discharged cases, even as the dead account for 5,931. Saddled with 1,707 active cases, Manipur has 1,18,516 released cases, even as the death toll is 1,885. With 1,052 active cases, Meghalaya has a caseload of 80,012 cured cases. The dead account for 1,423. Mizoram has 14,381 active cases, followed by 92,822 discharged cases, while the death toll is 363. Reporting 257 active cases, Nagaland has 30,545 released cases, even as tally for the death is 671. Sikkim has 235 active cases, followed by 31,054 cured cases, while the dead number 388. In Tripura, active cases number 112, followed by 83,342 discharged cases, even as the death toll is 816. The World Health Organization has recommended that people with weaker immune systems should be offered an additional dose of all authorized COVID-19 vaccines. The United Nations Health Agency's Strategic Advisory Group of Experts on Immunization, SAGE, said the additional dose should be offered as part of an extended primary series since these individuals are less likely to respond adequately to vaccination following a standard primary vaccine series and are at a high risk of severe COVID-19 disease. The SAGE said that those above 60 years of age who have been fully immunized with China's Sinovac and Sinopharm vaccine should be offered an additional third COVID-19 vaccine dose. The experts stressed that they are not recommending an additional so-called booster dose for the population at large. In news from Nagaland, Chairman of the National Commission for Safai Karamcharis, M. Venkatesan, is now on a two-day visit to the state. A reception and interaction program with the chairman was held at the Kohima Municipal Council office today. Addressing the Safai Karamcharis, he said he has come to hear the grievances and the problems being faced by the sanitation workers. He said he himself is a Safai Karamchari. He informed that talks are on with the Nagaland Chief Minister to set up a state commission for Safai Karamcharis. In Mizoram, Health Minister Dr. R. Lalthangliana on a Monday launched a statewide all-mask campaign to resensitize citizens on the importance of wearing masks to combat COVID-19 at a function at the ZMC Central Library. The campaign is slated to run for 10 days and will be implemented across all districts by deputy commissioners and health officials. The minister in his camp address said the campaign has been launched on the advice of the state-level expert team on COVID-19 management. In IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders will now face Delhi Capitals in the second qualifier tomorrow evening at Sharjah. Delhi Capitals, which was toppers in the league stage, lost to Chennai Super Kings in the qualifier 1. The winners of qualifier 2 will play the final against Chennai Super Kings on Friday at Dubai. CSK has already qualified for the 9th IPL final. In the eliminator match at Sharjah last night, Kolkata Knight Riders beat Royal Challengers Bangalore by 4 wickets to reach the qualifier 2. For more updates, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. To end the news, the main points once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi cautions against selective interpretation of human rights, says it damages democracy. Centre asks states to utilize unallocated power to meet consumer needs, says DISCOM should not starve consumers and sell power. Justice Indrajit Mohanty takes over as new Chief Justice of Tripura High Court. Saptami Puja being celebrated across Northeast. COVID pandemic dampens festive spirit. And WHO recommends third dose of corona vaccine for persons with weaker immunity. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.